So, back up on a Workshop Wednesday, and we're back with the topper. Workshop Wednesday isn't always going to be about the topper, but yeah, a couple of little jobs I want to get done today. So we know all about the tensioner now, that just needs parts ordering. I'm not ordering them yet because I want to make sure I don't need other things. Today we're going to get the roller off, get the bearing out of this side and see what state the end of the roller is, make sure, or we just need a bearing. I'm going to do the other side as well, because if one's gone, the other's one, might as well change them as a pair. We know we're right to run for the season then. The other thing we're going to do, you may remember the belt guard. Paint was a bit flaky, looked a bit sorry for itself, needed a bit of welding. I know I've done it back to front, but I've been beating on things. It does need another final coat of paint on it, but yeah, I rubbed it down and basically thought, well, I'll just rub this down, got all the rust off it, and then I'm going to leave it on the workbench to rust again. So I thought, well, we'll just give it a coat of grey primer, and then I got a bit carried away, and it's now a nice satin black. I think that looks quite smart. See if we can find a new transfer to go on there, so it says Kuhn again. Need to stop saying that. But yeah, we've got a little bit of welding to do, a little crack there. Bring that all back together and weld that up. Oh, I'm going to grind that out because that just looks nasty. Put a proper weld on there. Need to weld the tab back on one end and need to build a tab for the other end. And then final nice coat of paint, and she'll look smart then. You know, the belt, as daft as it sounds, the belt guard really let it down. Whereas now, hang on, because I'm not even trying to put it on. We'll just put it on quickly. Say it's just an aesthetic thing, it's not anything. Put it there roughly. That look quite smart now. I'm going to do something a bit different with the paint job as well. I'll surprise you with that, because it's the widest pointed machine and it's black. Yeah, so I think first we're going to do is get this welded up and get this looking right. Right, so that's the guard all done and with. I know we still, like I said, I know we still got to do the sort the belt tension out behind there, but all the cracks are welded up on it now. Give it a nice, just giving it another coat of satin black. So yeah, I think it wants the sticker on. It does want the sticker back on it. But you can see the other thing I've done, because I've sprayed this black and this is kind of the outside edge of the machine, I put these chevrons on them, just so it's more visible. Say if you sort of stand even back here, back of the tractor, it's very clearly visible. It's only a bit of well, it's bit of silver wheel paint, ain't hard knocking around. Just masked it up, sprayed it up. Unfortunately, me masking tape's gone damp. That side's not so bad. The front's just a bit more, just not quite perfect. But at the end of the day, that's done more from a safety point of view rather than aesthetic point of view. So, you know, at the end of the day, that's very clearly visible that that's the outer edge of the machine. So, yes. So, I suppose I better go do the job that I've been putting off. Get it lifted up and we'll get this roller dropped off. Gonna have to be careful doing this because I need to be able to get the topper back off the front of the tractor because she's going out. Yes. First work for this year. I don't even know what she's doing. Customers is messaging me asking if me and the tractor will be available for this week for 3 days, and yeah, I've agreed to it, and I don't even know what I'm going doing. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? We found a way of procrastinating a little bit further before we drop the roller. I'm going to wash the van, and not just because it's dirty. As most of you know, I do a lot of like fabrication, welding type stuff, and van's usually parked pretty close by, you know, because I'm back and two for stuff. But as when I was talking to my mate, and I noticed here, that's actually rusty bits. Basically, I'm assuming it's the grinding dust while I've been working that's blown out all down the van. You can see it there quite badly. Trouble is, the van is white. So I'm going to borrow my mate's pressure washer and going to get it clean. So it looks white again. It has still got, you can see it here, I don't know whether you can pick it up. So yeah, kind of annoying, but hey, I suppose it's the nature of my work, you know. Yeah, I am always going to run the risk because of the stuff I do of my vehicles picking up stuff like that. So I've done that. I've checked the tyre pressure as well while I was around there. So I've kind of procrastinated all I can. We're going to have to drop the roller. Let's see if my paint's dry. Oh yeah, well, nice and dry. I'm quite pleased with that. I think that looks quite smart. Oh, that was it's a shame that didn't quite turn out perfect, but that's what you get for having wet masking tape. So I need to figure out how to drop that out. I think the best bet is going to be take the roller off altogether. Take the roller all the way off, and then I can work with it. Right. Better lift her up first. Ba-bum, 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 ba-bum. There goes all my tools. Right. What do we need? So, we're going to put, I might put a pair of these on the list because that one's not great and the other side's missing. You can't even see it, can you? Hold up. There we go. Yeah, so unlike my Twyman's, this has blades on it. Basically cuts the stuff that's like to wrap around there and gets rid of it so it doesn't end up getting into the bearings. So not going to be able to do anything just taking that off. I need to unbolt it. I think best bet unbolt it here and here, which is that heavy plate, and then knock the bolts out and yes, right, okay. Right, it's a bit noisy, but you'll have to just bear with me while we do this. There's another one. Right. They were easy. going to be a pain. That one's being a pain. There's always one. I can get that. Hold on. That's our roller off. Right. Okay. So that's got a circlip on it. Right. I suppose that is one advantage of this all. Oh dear. Might need a new one of them shafts. I think, not showing you, Emma. I think that end cap's alright. But what is interesting is we've got a circlip on here, which means to change the bearing that sits on there, on the other side, because the other side's good, we need to take the Allen keys out of here in order to be able to draw it off. So that's interesting. Ooh, don't know what to do about that shaft. I mean, we might actually be able to get away with it because it's not actually where the bearing sits. That damage there has been caused when the bearing's gone and he's not realised something metal in there as well. The shaft's been running on that edge of that. Right, so things aren't exactly going to plan, but it is what it is. We've got the one side off that still had the good bearing on. Bearing's not that healthy, so we're right to be changing them as a pair. So on the inside that you can't see, you've got a circlip holding the shaft into the inner race, and then a bigger circlip holding to the outer race. Now this is held into the end with, as you can see, 4 cap head bolts, which Allen key bolts. Taking the time, this is a very good tip. Take your time with that Allen keys. Make sure you get them all, the inside and more scraped out as good as you can. Put a load of WD-40 down there. This side is tight, but it come off. The other side isn't. It seems a lot tighter, and yeah, it's not moving. So don't quite know what to do with that yet. Could try heat. Haven't got any heat up here. Try and heat up and see if that'll get it up out. The other option is drill them out, which means I haven't got any drill bits that are good enough, because caphead bolts tend to be if you know anything about a lot of your standard bolts you'll see are an 8.8. The 8.8 on the head is the hardness. Now the bolts, Allen key bolts, tend to be a 12.9, so they're a pretty hard bolt, meaning they're pretty hard to drill. So I need to have a think about that, but if we can get this bearing out, we can at least get to the next step, that we can start ordering parts. So Allen keys, what? Obsessed with Allen keys. So there's one. You'd have thought I'd have gone to my van and get me, what's the name? That's the other way around. Hold up. Right, so we're hands free now so we can see what's going on. So yeah, like I say, we've got 4 Allen key bolts in here, and then it just knocks off, but they're bloody tight. And I'd like to get that off, just to have a proper inspection of it, make sure it is reusable. I think it is, because the bearing rate is still stuck in there, so the shaft's been rattling around on the bearing rate. I didn't go get the tool I needed to do the job. Oh dear. Right. Straight handled internals. Spring's missing out, that one. Right. That's some advice. A bit better chance of holding it. Yeah, I had a feeling this could do this. So the issue, it's got a bit stuck in there. That's him. Now where you stuck? So it doesn't fly off somewhere. Right. So that's that. Turn this upside down now. I think we're going to be better leaving it there. Whoop. That was so nearly my foot. Oh. Let's have an inspection of this. Right. So we should actually have an Allen key either side. As you can see, that Allen key is actually moved. So it's no great shames really. But yeah, let's say that's one thing to remember when rebuilding. We need a circlip, because the side that's gone, there's definitely only one circlip on it. There's a hole there somewhere, she said. So obviously I'll give these pins a good proper clean off when we get to the reinstallation stage. Yeah, I think that's might invest in some new circlips. Why has that come out of that groove though? I might actually just put the angle grinder into that groove and just square it back up again. Okay, bearing out. Next job. Will she go or will she not? Actually, can I climb that? No, that's just a bearing. Right, okay. Not sure whether anything's happening or whether I'm just tapping on. See, these are again same as on my topper. Now these sealed, or what's the name, bearings, because you can get sealed bearings and you can get shielded bearings, and they are actually quite different. That is not moving. Right, okay. One thing, this bearing is stuffed now anyway. And it's just moved a little bit. What we need is something big to stick down the hole, so we can really knock it. Ooh. Don't know what that's off, but it could be the no, too big. Right, leave it with me. We're gonna have to get some abusive stuff done. So that was a surprise. There's twice as many bearings in there than I thought. Obviously that one's taken a bit of a swedging, so, but so you're looking there, that's not looking very healthy and a bit stiff. That one, it turns, but again it's not that pleasant. So on the plus side, get that one all cleaned up and get the you know what I mean? Just like that. We can get the numbers off this bearing, enable us to order the new ones, which we've reached the point now where I know we've got an issue with trying to get that the other end cap off, but we've reached a point that we know what we need. So we can actually now get to the point we can actually start ordering parts, and hopefully next time we do a video on the topper, we'll be actually over the hill and getting to the point of bringing it back to the point that we shall start actually putting it all back together and getting ready for the season. So that's really about as far as I can go with this for today. Yeah. So, yes, as far as I can get over with it for today, we're going to have to, there's a bit of cleaning up to do, but I'm not going to bother videoing that. I don't think anyone really wants to see me scrubbing things, do you? You're not going to see it on this one anyway. So, that's it. We have reached the point where we've got it all in bits now. I really need to spend a day tidying up it's an atrocious workspace to work in. And it's my own, there's no excuse for it. But anyway, that's it. We've reached the end. We're getting somewhere with this now. Hope you enjoyed this Workshop Wednesday video. As always, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Got any comments down in the description, don't forget to give it a grubby thumbs up. We can do double grubby thumbs up now I've got hands free. And hope you're looking after yourselves, staying safe, staying well, and we'll see you at the weekend. I don't know what to do for a weekend video yet, because we've got we've not got 7616 on the Bontford hedge cutter now for me mate. We've had a bit of a swap round there. And also my 6480 is going out and doing her first work of the season. So that's it. Stay safe, stay well, look after yourselves, and we shall see you on the next one.